It is Sunday night. It's about 10 o'clock. I know everybody's frustrated. I get it. And there are some people that are getting rudely frustrated because nothing is the way people say it's going to be. Men make plans. Mother Nature is going to laugh at every one of them because Mother Nature is going to have the last word. She's going to do her own thing. Okay? You got to learn to flow with Mother Nature. Rather than be upset and angry and frustrated, you need to be using this time. You need to turn off the cell phone. You need to turn off these other groups. You need to sit in the dark. Go find a quiet spot, and I want you to sit down. I want you to clear your mind, and I want you to sit with Mother Nature. I want you to hear the critters around you. Can you hear the coyotes? Can you hear owls? What other critters do you hear? I want you to feel the moisture on your skin. Is it 70% humidity? Is it 80? Is it 90? What does that feel like? Now you use your eyes. What does that humidity look like at night? How do you feel when you're connected to Mother Nature? I want you to pay attention to the feelings you're getting. Does it feel stimulated electrically? Does it feel calm? Is there a buzz? What is there? You need to turn off everything else and you need to tune to nature. Because I'm going to tell you the most important thing about Aurora hunting right here. Men in science make plans. They make predictions. And better than half the time, they're going to be wrong because they don't listen to Mother Nature. They don't pay attention to the rhythms of life around them. They don't look at the patterns and the rhythm to what is happening. Because there very much is a rhythm and a pattern and a cycle to what's going on around them. But scientists, they grab the numbers. It's all by the numbers, people. And that's why they're wrong. Because they're only looking at the numbers. They're not looking at the patterns. And if most of you had been paying attention to this week, I said it's going to it's going to calm down here while it's going into earth facing. And then it's going to click out of earth facing and it's going to get busy. And I said, wait for it. Soon as 35 gets out of earth facing, it's going to get busy. Guess what? It's back up to it went from a beta right back up to a beta delta. We're back in the active zone with that 35 and we're back up to beta delta. And we've had 2 90-degree halo hits out of sunspot 3543. And we're going to look at those in a minute. But I didn't know that was going to happen, right? The numbers didn't tell me that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen because I pay attention to the rhythms and the patterns that are happening on the sun. To be a good Aurora hunter, and this is what other people don't do that I do. I know enough that I have to pay attention to everything around me. So I know what 90-degree humidity looks like versus 70-degree humidity. I know what high hope. I can look out the window in the morning and I can go, oh, we got a lot of smoke today. Just by the color of the sky. I can tell you how much smoke is there, whether it's high, moderate, or really high, or none at all, just by the color of the sky, just by looking at it. Okay? You have to develop these skills. That's what makes you good. And the only way you develop these skills is by having the patience to sit down and be observant. I didn't get this good overnight. It's taken 8 years of having the patience to sit there and be still and connect with Mother Nature. Sit and listen to the coyotes. Sit and listen to the owls. Sit and talk to the porcupine. And no, if you laugh, but anybody that's been out with me will tell you, I sit and talk to the animals. I love talking to the animals. I love visiting with the animals. It's something fun I do. And those that have been out with me know this. And more often than not, they've gotten to see animals and they don't run away from me. Unless somebody was with me is making a lot of movement or being really loud. You have to get to be in this place. To learn everything you need to learn, you have to learn to have that stillness and learn. So rather than get mad, get frustrated, think you're wasting your time, be still, listen, learn, observe, take note, take pictures, practice. You can light paint a tree, you can light paint a building, you can take Milky Way pictures, you can take pictures of the stars, you can take pictures of the moon on the landscape. Heck, you can even try some night portraits. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but practicing is practicing. And practicing builds skills. And it makes it more likely that you will have the best shots available when the time comes. So, hint number 1, that's what I'm going to tell you to do. Because that's what's going to keep us from being wrong when other people are wrong. Now, the second thing I'm going to tell you is you got to be on the ball here. And you got to use your eyes and watch what the sun is doing. And we've got to figure out what's moving where. Now, I'm going to put this into motion. We're going to go all the way through. There's a snap here. There was a let go here. There's some let goes here. Now let's get this down here. I'm going to run this backwards. We're going to go backwards. Okay, there was one of your flares coming over here from by right here. There was a flare right here. We've had a filament let go right here. Right here is a massive, let me see if I can line him up here. Right there is a massive filament flare down on 3242. Or right down here, there's a massive set of CME or solar flares down there. Now let's go looking for a big solar flare. Right here, and I gotta pause it here. I'm gonna run this backwards till I see it. Right here, if you're looking, here is one of your CMEs, your partial halo CME. And this, by the looks of it, does have a degree of horizontal to it, so it could very likely have enough of a swipe to go sideways. It looks to be shooting straight out, but it looks to be flat. So it's going to have a sideways swing here to it a little bit. And there's a flare right here going on, and there's a flare right here going on. So you have something coming out from right here, something coming out from right here. You got something coming out right here. So you have kind of a line coming down this way. So it is going to have some effect on us. There is a CME right here that takes off. Here's a small CME right there. You can see it breaking. Right there is your flare and your CME breaking. Here it's broken here. It's shot down and it's starting to reform the filaments right there. And there is your, there, it's reformed the filament magnetic field line right there. Starting to reform here. So those are very likely to hit us just because of where it's at. Now here's the second. You can see it right here. Here's a nice long bit of plasma leaving the sun. It's lifting way, way off. As we roll that forward and back, you can toggle in and see there is a quick rush in there. It's not big. But you can see that it's coming down here, coming up here, down here. It has a wide reach. You've got flaring here, you've got flaring here. So this has got multiple places it's taking off from. You can see a flare going all the way down here. So this has more than just one thing taking off here, and it has a likelihood of hitting us. Oh, I hate that when it happens. Oh, right there is another right here is another CME taking off from 34 or 35, 3443. You've got another break right there. Right there. Starting to break away. But you have a lot coming at us. Let's look at the CMEs here. Here's the two big ones. This happened about 8 o'clock in the morning now. They're saying 8. This was taken about 8 UTC, which had been about 4 a.m. in the morning. This has a massive, look at this, massive density to it. Big shock wave, probably a double shock wave of massive density. Okay. Hour later, oh, they're taking that, they're adjusting that one. So they've got something going on. They're adjusting that one. They've adjusted this time period. So they're putting that an hour later. But as I come out, we're looking forward. This is 12:30 in the afternoon. This is opened up to where you've got more than 180 degree spread, and we still have all of this density leaving the sun and is streaming, and it stayed streaming for 5 hours of this massive density. It's just pumping this out in this kind of density for 5 hours. This is going to be something that is very long duration and lasts. It's going to pick us up. It's going to elevate us for a long period of time, probably into the early morning hours or late afternoon on the 27th. It is taking off as slow as 120 kilometers and as fast as 180. So you split the difference. It's going to be somewhere around the 400 to 500 kilometers per second range, and it's probably going to take about 36 hours or in between 36, but it's going to air closer to 36 hours. So I look for it earlier in the morning or later in the afternoon into the evening hours. That's what I would say. Now, why I say I think this is going to hit us, because this has been a solid diet of M class and C class flares for the last 3 days, and this is the last 24 hours. We've had 4 M class flares in the last 24 hours and 5 C class flares of significant size, plus all these little minor flares that are of long duration. We're going to get some activity. I look for it to start early morning hours on the 27th. So, and going into the 28th would be my guess. Weather-wise, 26th, we're going to be cloudy. The rest of the time, I foresee we've got partly cloudy to mostly clear skies. We have 2 nights of clouds tonight and the Tuesday night. And Monday night may be a few clouds, but other than Tuesday night tonight, we're going to be free of clouds. So I'm going to leave you with that forecast. Patience is just a part of doing this. You have to flow with nature, not fight against nature. Learn to be a part of nature. Learn to connect with nature. That will help you be the best kind of photographer you can be. And that's something you're not going to hear from any other group, because nobody else has the kind of training I do. And I have some very unique training. And I have had some very unique teachers. And some of them are very unique teachers. And I'm not going to share all of that, because some of them don't wish for everybody to know about them. But I have had some wonderful teachers, and they have been very good at teaching me. And I will share one lesson that I've struggled with, and that is the art of detachment. And I still struggle with this one. Ilarion Merkulov doesn't mind being shared. He is an Aleutian medicine man out of Alaska, and he has a chat group, and I will try and find a link for it to share with you guys, where he connects with all the elders from all the different tribes around the world, and they share, I think it's called Wisdom Keepers. And they share wisdom from all over the U.S., or well, all over the world, really, from all kinds of different tribes and different earth religions from around the world. And he is a wonderful teacher, and he has challenged me to learn the art of detachment. And it's something I struggle with, because I'm sorry, I love you guys. I'm very attached to all of you. It's hard for me not to care about you guys. And that is one reason that I do take more care in saying, hey, I don't think tonight's the night. Don't chase. We're going to have an iffy, cloudy skies and humidity. I wouldn't bank on this night. Even if it did pop off good, I would be really mad if somebody told me, hey, yeah, go drive that 10-hour drive, and oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And they knew it was going to be 90-degree humidity. They knew it was going to be an iffy forecast. They knew it might cloud up, and they sent me anyway. I would be really mad at that person. So I err very conservatively, and I treat your money like it was my money. And I'm going to say, I'm going to be spending it like it was my money. So I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to make that run, because my money is valuable. And I don't have a lot of it to spend, and I'm not going to waste my money on a maybe. And I'm going to only run if I pretty well have a sure shot at doing something. And so, because I care, because I'm going to have that kind of investment in you, that's why I'm so honest. I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. I'd be really mad if somebody told me to take off and drive 7 hours somewhere, 10 hours somewhere for nothing. I've been mad when I drove 2 hours for nothing. And it was me sending me, okay? So I'm going to be very conservative. I'm going to look out for you guys. I have that kind of attachment with my people. I care. You're not just people in a group. You're not just numbers on a page to me. I care about my people. You're to be invested in. You're to be taken care of. I don't believe in Facebook groups. I don't like Facebook group. I don't like the way Facebook runs things. I don't like the attitudes that get started with Facebook. This should be something we all invest in. We should invest in each other. We should be building relationships. We should be building this community. We should be caring about each other. And we should be caring about our community, our dark sky areas, and building this. We are the conservators of what we have. This is ours to take care of. And we all need to get on the stick. And we all need to take responsibility to start stepping forward and doing what we can to take care of what we have and build more areas and protect more dark skies so that we're building more dark skies for the next generation, so that we're teaching kids to turn off the computer, turn off the games, get out in the dark sky, because it will fight their depression. It will help them be better human beings if they're out in the dark and can reset their body clocks. It's because we don't do that our society is getting sick. So I'm calling on all of you to take the same kind of care. To start seeing this not as, oh, this is a Facebook group I can drop in and out of, and oh, I can get it for free. There is nothing more than I hate than the attitude, I can get it for free. This isn't about getting it for free. This is about we should be taking care of what we have. That means we should invest time and effort into protecting what we have. And I'm going to leave you guys with that thought, because I really want each and every one of you, while you're sitting at home bored to tears tonight, wishing you could see the dark skies, to think about this. More and more, they're trying to build in our dark sky areas. We could lose these dark sky areas if we continue to let them build this way. We've got to start fighting. We've got to start raising awareness. We have to start fighting together to raise awareness. So I want you to start not looking at this as a Facebook group, but start building this as a community. Get to know each other, learn to fight with each other, learn to start projects like I did with the church. Yes, I sacrificed time to be there. to make sure things are okay. But I'm willing to do that so that our community has more dark sky space, so that handicapped people have a place to go. It's worth it. I give up my time to do forecasts because you all are worth it. What can you give up for the rest of us? What can you do to be a part of this community? What can you give to add more dark sky space? Start thinking about it. What can you give to make this world a better place?